Too deep for him.
Welcome back to Rivals. With the finish line in sight, let's take a look back at the series so far. 11 of Australia's top tour talent from yesteryear, 45 days to pick a window, and 2 hours to get it done. Your votes have been tallied, our judges' scores are in, and a winner will be crowned by episode's end. Here's how the series panned out. Competitor number 1, the Cooley Prince Josh Kerr, turns his back on the Superbank to revisit his old stomping ground of D-Bar.
Kind of that diamond in the rough kind of surf out there now. There's definitely good waves, but not to surf a contest.
Confronted with this during the window, he chose to pull the trigger the following day in more manageable conditions.
Next call, 6 a.m.
Kersey didn't disappoint, putting on a hi-fi beach break clinic. With conditions offering up wedgy 3 to 4 foot rights, Kersey went ballistic, showing us the full gamut of punts, hacks, tech tail slides, and even a pretty dreamy tube.
I don't think I got to fully showcase my best surfing by any means. You know, obviously it was a little subpar, the conditions, but really fun at the same time. I had a fun surf, either way. Almost did a few cool things, you know, fell off a lot like I thought I
would. Next, we head to Sydney's northern beaches with North Narrabeen's finest, Nathan Hogg Hedge.
That's pretty mental. That's a narrow sunrise. Hopefully it's like that. Come on!
The Hog came into the Rivals series all revved up with plenty to prove following a tumultuous post-career period. In ruler edge 3 to 4 foot North Narrabeen lefts, he lets fly with a flurry of frontside hacks, lasers, floats and tubes. Two-time world champion Tom Carroll in his corner, the Hog put on a performance that wouldn't have looked out of place on the world tour.
You watch the section, you relax, and then boom, like pouncing.
Round. Razor sharp and laser guided, Hedgie displayed the rail work that propelled him to 2 top 10 world tour finishes, and according to some sources, might have him primed for a return to competitive surfing.
You know, nice clean rule edge bank. It's pretty classic fun little Narrabeen, so I feel stoked, you know. I didn't quite get that mind-blowing moment, but you know, it was some fun session. Pretty hard to get the waves, man. Sunday, it's a pretty thick crowd out there. There's a couple moments, eh?
Just a
Little
off the lip.
Then it was to Burleigh Heads, where Jay Bottle Thompson thumbed his nose at an early morning super session.
What am I doing standing here?
should be out there.
It's pretty damn good, so maybe I should just be calling it.
Though still managed to scoop into a couple before the northerly shutdown proceedings. He's hard to miss, the big rig from Burleigh, but he still managed to stuff his Monstro frame into a couple of mental tubes. Not to mention, lay down some hamad meat hacks.
I guess I'd like to make a formal apology to a few of the crew that I dropped in on out there. I had to be an absolute prick to get a wave, and a few of them are my mates. So I owe you a couple of beers, boys. I'm really sorry.
After the break, we recap more of our Rivals competitors.
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space, So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020. One unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
With women's world champ Tyler Wright in his corner and running blocks on the crowd, the Umina grinder Glenn Micro Hall had all his ducks in a row for his rivals heat.
Brought them in, paid them big bucks to try and block for me, but I bet you they don't. They'll block and then just cut me off, I guarantee it.
I'm not a hassle.
In a mix of overhead rights and rogue left peaks, the Sunny Coast's favourite son sliced and diced his way to a solid performance. Riding one of Tyler's tiny 5.4s, Micro still managed to manhandle the sizey conditions, putting up a handful of vert Rios and even scrounging together a couple of cones.
Oh, man. I didn't think I was making it. Surely it's a 4.
Next up, the Coffs Coast, home of the great Sean Cansdell, one of the unsung heroes of Australian surfing and a muse to everyone from Joel Parkinson to Andy Irons. In lackluster conditions, the Goofy Foot powerhouse still managed some magic, serving up a mixed bag of beach break wizardry.
South wind, so you're kind of going into the wind on the lefts, and pretty good for having the ball stick to your feet. I don't know how I go with theirs these days. Getting this big rig out of the water is a bit harder.
Riding a self-made hand shape, Cairns had to be coaxed back into the subpar conditions by the production team.
You've got one more in you?
I'm literally cramping. I probably could, but yeah, maybe I should,
You still got 10 minutes,
I'm just
mate.
hunting those less, I just can't get them.
They're there.
Don't be angry at me if I don't get anything.
Are you sure, eh?
If you're after a Cairns-made craft, head over to his website and place an order. Bede Durbidge is North Stradbroke Island's greatest export, so naturally he headed home for his rivals heat.
Oh, that was the one off the headland looked alright. If that wobble gets out of it, that's going to be fun there.
When the conditions didn't quite line up, he island hopped south and scored big time. Now a top-flight surf coach overseeing the Australian Olympic team, Bede showed he can still mix it with the best of them when it's big, green and coney.
I got a freaking bomb, like heart and throat drop, like tippy-toed down and pulled up into it, and it was just such a beautiful cave. And when I was like, looked at it coming in, I was like, oh, there's enough angle, it's gonna let me come out, doggy door out. And yeah, unfortunately it turned when I was in there, and I was just like, no, but yeah, for that moment, it was just so open and wide and so fun. And that's why you grow up surfing, is to get barreled. So yeah, it was sick.
After the break, Denny Wills and the Tarthra tube pig, Kai Otten.
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space. So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020, one unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
One of Australia's all-time power surfers, Denny Wills' signature rail game was forged along the sublime point breaks of the New South Wales North Coast. He famously pushed the GOAT Kelly Slater to the brink in '98 before spending a total of 11 years at the elite level. Many still say he quit too soon. For his rivals heat, Wilsey headed back to Broken Head, where unfortunately the conditions didn't show up, despite one of the best winters on record.
What do? Chase barrels and turns and chase perfect waves, or kind of like surf stuff that you would like to enjoy surfing? Which is, you know, if I was going to go for surf anyway, I'd go for free surf now. So I'm sure in 2 hours you're going to get 3 good ones. There's something wrong if you didn't.
Following the worst run of bushfires on record, life has begun to return to normal on the New South Wales south coast. We joined Kai Otten for a tour of the region's waves, including this curious slab.
It was close. It was pretty fun. Probably not as big as I thought it might be. A bit different angle. It's one of them ones. A couple of head dips. Would have liked it a couple foot bigger. Still really fun. Had a good surf and there's some good moments.
A standout in cones of mortal consequence, Otts was right at home in the treacherous conditions. For our final heat of the Rivals series, we wheeled out the big guns. Mick Fanning, Joel Parkinson and Dean Morrison, aka the Cooley Kids.
That was so sick, you see that?
When a ruler edge groundswell showed up and started cannoning across the bank to a crowd of some 10 or so thousand, things got weird.
That was a bit heavy going, wasn't it? Oh, mate, priority rules. He'll go light up and he dropped in on me.
With so many people in the water and so many variables at play, even these Coolangatta greats got tested. With their superhuman reflexes and unparalleled ability to read the lineup, Mick and Parko picked off bomb after bomb from behind the rock. While Parko and Mick went to work behind the rock, Dingo opted to sit down the line and use his priority, which he gave himself.
They'll go, go. I was like, okay, mate, cheers.
Dancing in the blackout, dancing all night. Dancing in the blackout, we dance all night.
He's hustling like a get his claims and stuff out there, mate. You got the duck points, it's embarrassing.
The wider ones are to go, mate. They're all sitting too, dude. Got Hazard out there blocking for me, Camo out there blocking for Dingo. We'll walk it out. At least they do it fair. Oh, here you go, Shags, with this thing. What? Who's Porky? Look at this thing. Yeah. Wow.
The scores are in. After the break, we reveal the winner of Rivals.
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space. So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020, one unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
Before we reveal the winner, here's a word from veteran World Tour judge and 2021 Olympic head judge Glenn Elliott.
Yeah, judging Rivals, it's got a different dynamic about it, and certainly all the different locations and the different conditions. We tried not to focus on that. We just concentrated really on the performance of the surfers in the sections that the waves offered them. Obviously, if they've chosen correctly and chosen the right waves and chosen the right day to have their heat, it gave them better opportunities. Yeah, it was pretty classic the way that they had to choose their venue and when they surfed, and then also what types of waves. You know, over the years, you know, they've given plenty of contest directors shit because of that, you know, and to actually have them choose all of these aspects of their heat is, yeah, really, really cool to see.
11 competitors, 45 days, countless cones, millions of man hacks, and even a couple of aerials. All of it boils down to this. The inaugural winner of Rivals, are you kidding me? Joel Leslie Parkinson. Oh, what a win for the Coolangatta great. He's got to be stoked with that.
Congratulations, mate. Thank you. Wow, look at that, eh? Who did I pay off for this? Casey Galbraith or something? Sick.
Glenn Elliott.
I've had a trophy in years.
There you go.
Wow.
How does it fit up against your other ones? Can we go plonk it down?
Wow, eh? That's so well made too.
From drop-ins to jibes about his dad bod, you saw Parko coming out on top, but the 2012 world champ and all-time Coolangatta great had other ideas.
Had a trophy I've had in a while, Liv. Look at that. This is the whole thing I won.
It's the whole thing.
I don't win the... You know what I mean? I didn't win just my heat one.
No, you won the whole thing.
Oh, bullshit. I thought I just won my heat. No way. Okay, shit. Sick. I had no idea.
There's a whole series, mate.
Oh, mate, I've got all red. I'm blushing. No way. That's amazing. I had no idea. I thought I just won my heat. So,
No.
awesome. Oh, well, thanks. Thank you. Thanks. So I was against Otto too. I beat Otto. Yes. I'm in shock that I won, and yeah, I can't wait to do it again.
Really?
I'd love to. It was such a good concept, and it's like, you know, it's like a dream event where you wait, you know, 3 hours, you wait for the best waves, or however long it is, an hour, and you just get to surf with your mates, and well, if you're going to do it a single, whatever you're going to do, I think it's a great concept and perfect for TV. Oh, I watched a fair bit of highlights and Otto's one and stuff like that. It was pretty good, you know. A few of the boys probably, like Hedgie's one, I thought maybe the waves weren't really that good. So, I mean, I guess we were lucky. We got really good waves, so that probably helped me to get the trophy. But I guess, you know, that's surfing, that's competing. There's a bit of luck involved, and it's the first trophy I've had in a while, so it's probably going to be my last trophy I'll ever get. So thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, it's every every win's a good win, I suppose. I mean, you know, it's been a while. You know, when I retired, I thought I'd never ever get another trophy again. So yeah, it's a great little thing I got to do and get a concept that you guys put together, and I get to win a trophy again, and it's a great looking little trophy, and I had a lot of fun doing it, you know.
While the idea of pulling on a contest Rashi caused him to break out in hives, you can't deny when the coning got tough, this Coolangatta great got coning. Barreled off his gourd, this core lord kingpin hellman got. It didn't come easy though. From brutal drop-ins inside the barrel to jibes about his dad bod and an old-fashioned Coolangatta conspiracy, Parko was up against at this series. But the Style Master and 2012 World Champ would not be denied. What a win.
They talked so much shit with the boys in the water and just had a laugh, and you know, Dingo and Mick had Hazard blocking and doing all this, like, you know, kind of not really fair stuff, I would say. And to come away with the wins, awesome. There's no gentleman's rules. There's gentleman's rules are out the door. If it's snap a rock, there's like anti-gentleman's rules, especially with those boys in the water. So it's a really good concept and competitive concept, and you know, I guess it's got huge potential to be something just out of the world if you land one of those perfect days. To walk away with the whole thing, I'm pumped, and thanks to the judges, public too. Thank you for that. It's a huge help. I owe you all a beer. You're surfing with no judges, so you don't know, and there's no concept of judging on, oh, this was working this morning, I'm going to do this. So I just did what I always do naturally. You know, Dingo always kind of just loved to sit a little wider at snapper and just pick up runners. And then I've always liked a bit deeper and a bit bigger ones, but usually not the longest one. And Mick kind of floats between both. So I stuck to my guns, and that's all I really know out there. I probably wasn't at my fittest here. I'd been just fishing and been just dad lifing, and I've got to say that the haters. You can't say that, can I? But stuff you guys, you know. I'll beat you when I'm fat and old. Don't worry about that. Dingo, it's on. You can go boxing all you want. Otto, kid, look at Otto's. Look, have you seen his calves? They're like flamingo legs. Like he's just kidding himself. So Otto, Mick, Dingo, all those boys. Here it is. Good luck next year.
A big congratulations and thanks to all our competitors for welcoming us into their lives and hometowns. But there can be only one winner, and that man is Joel Parkinson. On your Parko, move over Pipe Masters trophy, make room on the mantelpiece for the Rivals silverware. Man.